Hello, people. I am here with Danny Trio. And first of all, I'd like to say we were going to do a live tonight, but our guest cannot do it until tomorrow. So we do a live on Saturday too. So what we did is we decided instead of doing three lives in a row, we're going to do it Friday, tomorrow, and one Saturday. And but we got some material for today. Danny, so you're at work, minding your own business, doing your own stuff. Then all of a sudden, did someone get a hold of you and say that someone's talking smack about you or something?
Yeah, it seems to be the norm.
And so, who was the person talking smack?
Well, I don't know the guy, but Tony Pizzaiol.
Yeah, Tony Pizza. Okay, so Tony, everybody was backing Tony, being nice to him. He was on SoFlo's channel, FBS's, and now he's just turned on everybody in one day. So I'm thinking that maybe Joe Candela had something to do with this. And of course, you don't know who Joe Candela is, but Tony will sell out easy to the highest bidder. So, we're going to put up his video. Let me add this to the stream. Give me 1 minute here. And this is something that you and I were really hoping to stay out of. Is that right, Danny?
Yeah, but when you have clowns that come on a forum and they want to talk about you, at least let them get their facts straight. Because this guy, Tony Pizzaiol, whatever his name is, I don't know where he's coming from, but let's address what he thinks he knows, and we can go from there.
Okay, well, that's fair enough. And so I'm going to start it from about this point right here.
Freehold, the guy that got pinched a long time ago. He did his time. He ate his Patsy sandwiches. He lived on Quentin Road. Well, I lived on Quentin Road. I lived between 36 and 37 Quentin Road. That was my address, 36, 37 Quentin Road. All right. My office, all my video games, it was called Fun City. I was right across the street from Fantasy Island, where Madonna sang Sidewalk Talk. Okay? Let me tell you guys something.
Okay, Danny, I'd like to ask you a question. First of all, do you know anything about this Fantasy Island, the area that he's talking about?
Yeah, well, let me address it. He says he's from Quinton Road. He addressed that I was from Quinton Road. Let me just explain something to you. I was born and raised in Coney Island. That's number one. Number two, I moved to Gravesend on Quinton Road between Stillwell Avenue and West 13th. So he lived in Marine Park, evidently, by the funeral parlor. That's where I'm surmising. So if he was a big shot or a gangster, he should know Frankie Albino, and he's a relative of mine. So if he'd like to elaborate on who Frankie Albino is, he could do that. I never heard of this dude. I don't know what his claim to fame is other than being a panhandler or a homeless guy or selling lizards out of the back of his trunk, or I don't know where he comes from, but he wants to address me and talk shit about me. He has no clue who I am, but he says, in this video, as you're going to play, that I was involved in the same family as he was. How come he don't know me? Well, I didn't go on the street and panhandle or sell fucking lizards or sell hats or whatever the fuck he does. You know what I mean? So listen, everybody has a right to.
What family was Tony Pep in?
I don't know, Tony Pep, if he's talking to Gambinos, but I don't know who he's talking about.
So here's basically what he said. He always said that he was hanging out with Tony Pep and he was with that family.
Well, and that's the Gambino crime family. Apparently, if he's talking about Tony Pep, I don't know who else. I mean, he might be talking about a guy by the name of Tony Pap, P-A-P.
No, he's talking about Tony Pep. So he's going from the Gambino family. Yeah, now he's a member of the Colombo family.
Well, so let's play some more of this. I guess when you're homeless and you don't eat for a couple of days, you get a little delirious and sloppy and whatever else. But listen, hey, I don't knock the guy. You know what I'm saying? He's got to do what he's got to do. Sell a couple of more lizards, maybe bag a few cats. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, let's get back to what he was talking about. All right. He did my time. I did my time. And, you know, he was around knock around guys. They weren't wise guys. Well, listen, I put the names out there. If he don't know who they are, you know, why don't he elaborate on who the two guys are? I've said him enough. So he says he don't watch the videos. So whoever's paying him or, you know, sticking a rod up his ass to get him stimulated, maybe they can tell him the names that I said. But that's here nor there. All right. So Tony Pizziol is a guy that goes to the highest bidder. You know what I'm saying? He lives in his car and he's going to talk about somebody like me. Well, listen, if that's going to make his channel better or the guys he's with sound better, more power to him. But this is the guy that they had around social clubs that would sweep the fucking floor or go get clothes out of the dry cleaner. That's the kind of guy he reminds me of. He may not be. He might be a legitimate gangster. Maybe he's got a few bodies, you know. I don't know. He says he's friends or he was friends with Sammy the Rat. That's interesting, you know, because I don't know. Maybe he was, maybe he wasn't. I don't know. Maybe Sammy, you don't even know him. Hey, I don't give a fuck. But to come on here and talk about me, where do you get off doing that? You don't know me, do you, pal? Then you talked about me waxing cars. It's interesting. Hey, listen. To each their own. You want your fucking 20 minutes of fame to knock somebody, you go right ahead. With the clowns you hang around with, you go right ahead. But whatever you want to do, pal, you know, the ball is in your court.
And you know something? Tony's in Florida, right? And where do you live? Where do you live, Danny?
I live in Florida because it's interesting that he said he would like to meet me. I'd be more than happy. And I'm on everything in this world I hold sacred. I'd be more than happy to meet you. I'll be happy to put you up in a hotel. I'll be happy to feed you. How about that, Tony Pizziol? And then whatever you got on your chest after you're full, you're rested, you're clean, we could do whatever you want to do, pal.
Okay, well, see, now we're going to play a little more of this because this is where it gets really weird. All of a sudden, this guy knows who this fake gangster is, Vinnie Green. But I'll play this a little bit more.
Where did fucking Lee Cole dig this fucking guy up at? I don't know. All I know is that. And all the time I'm on this thing, in all 8-9 months that I've been on this since last August, right? Now, I came on because of Sammy the Bull, right? Because Sammy was my friend. I mean, you know, I don't know if we're still friends or not, but, you know, I don't give two fucks. I really don't. I know he don't. And Sammy the Bull, Johnny A. Like, Luigi, that other guy, the guy that was a gift for the Grim Reaper, for the Grim Reaper.
Let's move this.
Right. About Vinnie Green. You ever hear me say anything about Vinnie Green? Never. You know why? I know better. And I was saying I was the only one out here that didn't do a 302 or rat because I wasn't going to talk about Vinnie Green. But I'm not the only one out here. And I've been telling you guys that. I've been telling you guys I'm not alone. I'm not alone.
So he's not alone. He's with Vinnie Green now, Danny.
Oh, well, listen, you know, I'm not going to get into who he knows, who he don't know, you know, what he does, sleeps on a bench or in a car or on the floor. You know, that's not important to me. What's important to me is like when you start talking this bullshit and you want to include people. I don't know who the fuck Vinnie Green is. I don't care who Vinnie Green is. Vinnie Green doesn't have any significance in my life whatsoever. But apparently I'm a coffee boy. But that's okay. You know what I'm saying? Because when they don't know nothing, they create something. So anybody that's a, you know, disappointed Dunsky is you, Frankie Pizziol, or whatever your name is, Long Island, wherever the fuck you're from. Listen, I got no gripe with you, but come correct. Get your shit straight before you talk about me. And yeah, as far as my home on Quinton Road, I wonder why people take pictures of my home. Was it because it was almost a block long, dum-dum? You tell everybody how big the house was if you ever went by there or if anybody told you. But anyway, and I didn't hang out in Tallies and I didn't hang out in the Glory, although I've been there. I used to hang out in MFC Club. If you know where that is, look it up. If you don't, look it up. And Knights of Columbus, because I had business in there on 13th Avenue. But other than that, you know, you guys seem to know who the fuck I am because my name is continually being passed around. I don't bother none of yous.
Let me ask you a question. Danny, let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question. Now, this street that he's talking about, that he lived on, you've been up and down that street 1,000 times, right?
I'd never see him. He lives in Marine. If he even lived in Marine Park, that's where he was from, or that's where he lived. I don't know. My Quinton Road ended. Kings Highway, picked up by the Homestretch Bar, and then Kings Highway went down, and you took it down to Quinton. You went all the way into Marine Park. That's where he's talking about. I didn't live over there, so I don't know where they get their info. Get it correct. 15 Quinton Road. Between Stillwell and West 13th by the Del Rio Diner. You know where that's at? Go look it up. And I still have family there, too.
Yeah, well, that's one thing you have there that he doesn't have. And also, he's blaming me for why his mother doesn't talk to him no more because of some thing that Tom Lavecchia did. Tony, your mother stopped talking to you years ago. Your brother stopped talking to you years ago. Stop making excuses. And Vinny Green, if this is the guy you're going to send out to make you legitimate, now I question you more than anything. Would a real gangster send a guy like this out to represent him?
Listen, this is comical. This is like reading a comic book, with all the characters. Listen, Vinny Green could be the baddest, toughest guy in the fucking world. Who the fuck knows? But what does his relevance have to do with me? I never talk about Vinny Green. I didn't even know who he was. I never put Vinny Green's name in my mouth. It was the collective few that put my name in yours mouth because you called me a coffee boy. So that's all right. Do you know me? You know where I've been? You don't know nothing about me. Nothing. But you seem to think you do, so that's okay. I never put your guy's name in my mouth. I don't even know yous. But you seem to have some relevancy with me. So, hey, have your fun. But this guy over here, Tony Pizziol, I don't know where the fuck this guy, he's like, like when you're walking on the floor and you pick up gum on your shoe. You can't get this shit off. You know what I mean? So, listen, Tony, all due respect, do me a favor, pick up a comic book and have a chuckle off of that because you're barking up the wrong tree, my friend. But listen, if you have something on your mind, you know how to get in touch with Lee Cole. I'll be more than happy to give you my phone number and we can hit it off. You know what I'm saying? And if you got something on your chest that, you feel like you need to get off because you don't like me, you can have at it, my friend. And I'm not trying to, be a big guy or I'm a tough guy, a killer. I did 18 years in prison. That's all immaterial. But if you have a legitimate gripe with me, then you come see me. I mean, it's simple. Whatever you want to talk like gentlemen, you want to mix it up, we can do whatever you want to do. But don't come on here professing like, who's this guy? Because listen, we all know what you are. You don't know what I am. So
I'm going to
and smoke it.
I'm going to continue playing the legend of Vinny Green.
And you guys don't want to fucking hear that I'm not alone. You don't want to hear that I got friends. You don't want to hear that you guys are getting yourselves someplace you don't want to be. Especially Lee Cole. Lee Cole platforming a fucking patsy. A guy that took a fucking patsy sandwich fucking trip into fucking prison with a couple of knockaround guys. They weren't even...
Okay. I'm sure
okay, let me address that. The two guys that he's talking about that I don't know where, I'll give you their names and you can all look them up. All right? Any one of you can look him up. Vincent Fabraro, they called him Jimmy Gooch. He's dead. Made man in the Colombo crime family, dummy. Now, you want the other guy's name? Robert Casabianco. They called him Bobby Bibbs. If you know anything about Bobby Bibbs, then you know. If you don't, then you don't know. But don't come on here with this fucking bullshit and this fucking candy ass fucking attitude, because listen, to be quite frank with you, you're not in a position to talk about anybody with a couple of fucking dogs in the back seat selling chickens and eggs and whatever the fuck else you sell. Do me a favor, huh? Go get a comic book and you know, go read that.
And I just want to let you know, Tony, I wasn't planning on doing this, but all of a sudden, overnight, you all of a sudden got into the Vinnie Green thing. You probably didn't even know who he was on this show until someone contacted you and got you to flip like this, like overnight. So, you know, on everybody, you know, if you want to flip on me, Tony, I understand it. Okay. But SoFlo and other guys like that have been there and trusted you. I mean, dude, there's nothing good about this guy. Let's continue the legend of Vinnie Green. And Vinnie Green, there is no legend. The more you play with me, the more I play with you, and the more Danny plays with you. So
let me address one thing before you play the tape. And after tonight, I'm not going to address you, Tony Pizzaiolo, or whatever your name is, and your panhandling legend in Manhattan or wherever the fuck you're from. I ain't going to address you anymore. So you could say whatever you want. You could say I jump off buildings. You could say I'm a nobody. You could say I'm, you know, whatever you want to do. You do what you got to do. But just for the record, I don't know none of yous. Vinnie Green, Vinnie Purple, Vinnie Black. I don't know none of yous. Candela. I don't know none of yous. So for you to address me, there's got to be a significance on why. But I'll leave it alone, and I'll go about my business. And that's about all I got to say about that.
Okay.
Even real Colombo, they were knockaround guys, right? Yeah. They were connected to, you know, associates. That's all they were.
This guy's a
clown. So the two guys you just named, the made men of Colombo's family, he's calling associates.
Well, listen, hey, he seems to know more than anybody else. You know what I'm saying? So I wonder why he knows more than everybody else. Think about that for a minute. Why does he know more than everybody else? Think about that and let it sink in, and then come to your conclusion. Listen, this guy's a legend in his own fucking mind. He was probably the best panhandler New York has ever seen. So go sell a lizard.
Right. I lived on Quentin Road.
Yeah.
This freehold lived on Quentin Road same time I did. We belonged to the same family at the same time.
He was with the Gambinos, and now he's with the Colombos. Oh, this gets really. So, what do you think when you hear shit like this?
Hey, listen, anybody can say whatever they want on here, but you know, if you listen to people, you got to be a moron to believe half this shit. I mean, realistically, you got to be a fucking moron. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. These guys, this guy here, he ain't take a bath in about a week. Maron, he looks like, forget about it. This guy's a clown. But listen, Tony, Pizzaiolo, whatever your name is, you can say whatever you want about me, pal, because look at me and look at you. You're a tough guy, right? You've been in the street all your life. You ain't even got a pair of shoelaces. Get the fuck out of here.
I don't give a fuck. He don't know me, but I know who he is now. And to come out like the way he's coming out, you know, it's fucking retarded. It really is retarded. Lee Cole.
Okay, now, you know what? Well, basically, I'll move this up a little bit toward. I'm not going to get into his.
Cash App. You got, you know, you went after my Cash App. You tried to go after my income because you were jealous.
What's he talking about? Okay.
You tolerate me and tolerate me. You think I'm fucking stupid? I know freedom of speech. I know what a threat is. I know what a promise is. All right? You guys, everything I say is a fucking threat. Oh, call 911. You know. Oh, you're going to jail. Oh, they're looking for you. Oh, how many times did I get arrested? How many times are they going to pull me over and take my car? How many times, Nicole, you tried to get my fucking Cash App? You got.
Now I'm after his Cash App. You know, I can honestly say Danny, I have never done one thing negative to his channel. So he's like in this la la land right now. And Tony, I don't know what to say to you. I'm kind of disappointed, but you don't care. Now you have some material, and you can go on and make fake gangsters like Vinny Green happy. But Vinny Green, my partner Danny might not talk about you, but I will talk about you, Vinny. So the best thing for you to do is just shut your mouth, do your show, talk about everybody else, Vinny. This is going to be a losing cause for you. So, what else would you like to say about this?
It's I didn't even want to address it because it's so trivial. You got a guy that's living in his car with about 9 dogs in the back seat. I mean, but then you say to yourself, if you don't address something somewhere along the line, more of these fucking morons are going to come out of the woodwork. Listen, I don't know this guy. I never met this guy in my fucking life. I'm being dead. First of all, I wouldn't associate with a guy like that. That's number one. And number two, it's just so fucking comical. It's beyond words. But again, they pay this guy a few fucking dollars, and all of a sudden, he goes on a platform and he's relevant. Listen, let him go sweep a floor somewhere and make a few dollars instead of grubbing off of people on the fucking on the channel here to get gas and everything else. So do yourself a favor, Tony. You could pick on me all you want, pal. But the reality is, look at you and look at me, dum-dum.
And one more thing, Tony. You're always bragging about how you're in Florida. Danny's in Florida. You're always talking about how you want to meet somebody and hurt them.
Well, listen, again, and this office stands. You know how to get a hold of Lee Cole. I'm sure you have his email or whatever the fuck it is. I'll be more than happy to throw my number up there, and you can come meet me. We can have a dinner. We can have whatever you want, a couple of glasses of wine. I'll help you sell your dogs. Maybe I'll get you a car. So, you do what you want to do, pal.
Well, this is a Vinny Green thing. This is a him thing. This is a bad move, Tony.
I don't know if it's a Vinny Green thing. This guy could be blowing smoke up Vinny Green's ass. Who the fuck knows? But the point of it is that out of the blue, he's got to come out and put my name in his fucking mouth. And again, it's for relevance. I don't know none of these cats. None. I've never met one of them in my fucking life. But it is what it is,
And so let's get into another thing. Now people are saying that I call you Tony because after another Tony, but let me explain. Danny, you and I, we've become pretty close over the last month and a half, haven't you? Would you say so? Sure. And we have a third person that helps our show. And what is his name?
Tony.
Tony. So I talk to Tony a lot. And so sometimes I just forget. It's no other Tony. It's Tony that works with this channel. So people get that straight. Okay. And what do you think so far? You've been here a month and you see this. Now that have you noticed the attacks are picking up on you a little bit more every day?
Well, listen, it's fine that they attack you, but come correct. You hear what I'm saying? Don't come out of left field with the bullshit. You know what I mean? You don't know me. You know what I'm saying? You could say you know me or you talk to somebody. If you don't have facts, don't come out of left field, my friends. Don't do that. I don't bother none of you. I talk my piece, what I did in my life, who I was around. That's all I do. Do you hear me attacking anybody? Realistically, not one of you. But for some reason, this Babarol over here, wherever the fuck he's from, Long Island, I don't know wherever he's from, his relevancy, for whatever reason, he's got to come out here and talk shit. Let him talk shit. Like I said, after tonight, I won't address this anymore because he's so insignificant. You got a guy living in your car. What significance is he? Let him play his fucking music and sell his dogs. He might even sell a couple of chickens if he gets a few.
Okay. Well, so do you think that right now the best thing for us to do is just ignore these people that are going to come after us?
Yeah, you know what, Lee, listen, I'm going to speak for us if I could. I'm not going to address it anymore. You know what I mean? Listen,
okay.
And if Vinny Greaves any kind of a guy or any kind of a street guy, if he's dealing with this Mama Luke, well, it just goes to show, you know what I mean? But I don't think he is, but it is what it is. Listen, after tonight, You can say what the fuck you want, or you can come meet me and talk to whatever you want to, whatever you got to say to me, because I'll be more than happy to accommodate you. And that's, I'm not talking like a tough guy. I'm not talking like a killer. I'm talking like a man. If you got something to say to me, instead of putting it on a boob tube, you can come see me if you're in Florida. I'm only 200 miles from fucking Miami. I'm only 40 miles from Tampa. So wherever you want to meet, we can meet. And that's real. I'm telling you something real.
Well, he was supposed to go meet FBS, but FBS is still waiting for him. I mean, this was like 7 months ago.
I can only speak about me. He seems to want to attack me, and I'm a this, I'm a that. I wax cars. All right, I wax cars. Maybe I rode some horses. Maybe I roped some cattle. Who the fuck knows? But whatever you say, Tony Pizzaiolo, you're the one living in your fucking car, clown.
Hey, Danny, what do you think the chances are of you putting him up in your second house up in the mountains?
Yeah, I might even do that. Maybe he can, I need some work done up there. Maybe, he can do the right thing, and I'll take care of him.
Okay, listen, Tony, we're not going at you hard. Okay, you just made some statements. Your best bet is stop kissing other people's ass and be a man. Be your own man, Tony. That's all we're asking you. Okay, and like I said, this ain't going to be a long video today, but we're going to talk about a couple other things real quick. We keep getting threats that someone's coming back Saturday and they're going to be attacking everybody. I think the best thing for this person to do right now is just to lay low, because all he's going to do is provoke a lot of trouble. This has gotten to the point where it's not even, we're here trying to put up good content, talk about mafia things, and this stuff happens. So, Danny, do you think that right now we're just going to forget about this as of today, and we've done our piece, and that's that?
He can talk until his fucking head falls off. How about that? I don't give a fuck. Because you want to know something? How am I going to argue with a guy that lives in his car? Well, what kind of clout am I going to gain by a guy that's selling chickens? What are you going to do?
But if you met him on the side of the road, would you buy one of those chickens?
Absolutely. 100%.
So there, Tony, if you got a chicken in the back of your car, right next to that dog, you know where you can sell them. Okay, people, I'm going to drop this video. It's just going to be a nice half-hour video. And I just like to say, give you an idea of what we're going to be doing this weekend. Tomorrow, we have an interview with Scott Bernstein, and we're going to have that on. He's already committed to be on. And as you know, he was on here once before, but we're going to be talking about real legitimate mafia stuff, Midwest, New York mob. We're just going to put it all together and get into a lot of mafia talk on tomorrow night. Then on Saturday, we'll do another live. Then we'll take off a couple of days. So what do you think about these lives and stuff? Are you enjoying this, to be honest, Danny?
Yeah, I enjoy the lives. I enjoy the banner back and forth. You get some knuckleheads in here, but it is what it is. But I enjoy it. What I enjoy about it is when you get real people that you can converse with. But when you get these Nebraska, Missouri fucking hillbillies that have no fucking clue, but they seem like their opinion is relevant, that's the only problem I have. But other than that, I like it. It's pretty cool. Okay.
Well, I appreciate it, Danny. I'm gonna shut this. I'm gonna shut this video down. I'm gonna download it and put it up. If you want to wait until just hang out until I end this show. Everybody, please like, subscribe, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, do whatever you do. Hit them buttons if you want to donate something toward the show. I get yelled at for not putting this up right there. You see that? That's the Cash App if you want to donate to the show. And if you don't, totally understandable. And that's pretty much it, people. We will see you tomorrow night with a really good show. And we're going to have Scott Bernstein. So take care, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Take care.